What's up, guys? My name is Sheldon Neill. I'm currently here in Yosemite Valley working on a time-lapse video project with my buddy Colin Delahoney. We decided to come to Yosemite and capture all the beauties that it has to offer for all the visitors every year.
So right here we have the Dynamic Perception Stage 0 dolly. It's a 6-foot piece of aluminum that will carry this carriage from top to bottom, left to right, however you want to look at it. But you use this MX2 dolly engine controller, which controls everything in the camera and the carriage itself. You can use what's called a Merlin, and then basically not only have your camera move, but you can have it pan and tilt. And right here we have my Canon 5D Mark II mounted on with the Carl Zeiss Cine lens. It's a 35mm prime.
One thing that's cool about time-lapse photography and why I really got into it is because you get to these really cool sites, and sometimes you can spend, a couple days at a single location, gathering time lapses of that area. And it's really cool because you just get to sit back and relax and watch, the environment change. And although you'll sit there and just watch the camera take pictures, but the moment you render out the sequence, you just see how much the environment changes over even a small period of time. You basically get this work of art. So last night we arrived in the valley around 9 p.m. got all of our equipment packed, and we headed out to the meadows, and we spent the night there. I think the temperatures reached between 15 to 25 degrees for the 6.5 hours that we were there, and it was pretty brutal. And we did a couple of time-lapse shots of a few rocks and just kind of like a small meadow of snow with Cathedral Peak in the background. Some of the challenges of shooting in the environment that we're in right now is you're really exposed to the elements. I mean, if you're going to be up all night, you realize it's going to be freezing. Another challenge of being out here in this kind of remote environment is lugging all the gear. I mean, you've got lenses, you've got your bodies, different filters, batteries, tripods, different types of backpacks you've got to carry this in. I mean, we could easily spend an hour trying to scout a location. Once you get that finally taken care of, then it's just moving that gear from wherever your car is and to that location. And sometimes it can be a block, sometimes it could be a few miles, and you just really need to be prepared.
Hey, I'm Colin. I'm a photographer, and we're in Yosemite Valley right now. We're doing time lapses right now from Columbia Rock. It's really challenging to hike up with all the equipment, and sometimes things don't work out. Like, you're bringing so much stuff and it's so easy to forget something. A quick release plate or your battery, it's just the easiest thing to forget, the smallest little thing.
Oh shit. Dude. I forgot my quick release plate was attached to my Merlin.
Some of the smallest things might be the most important things.
I can obviously do it on my tripod, but it defeats the whole purpose of pulling this dolly up here.
Yeah. The lighting in Yosemite is amazing, and it's isolated from many of the urban areas that might light up the sky and prevent you from getting good shots of the stars or being able to see the Milky Way. It's ideal for outdoor time-lapse photography, but the thing that I like is that because the walls are so prominent and they're so huge, some of the biggest granite walls in the world are here, especially because I'm a climber. I really appreciate how big these walls are and how amazing it is for someone to climb them.
It's like, what, 3 o'clock, valley's pretty fogged in, and we just have sheets of ice that are just like pushing up against this rock, and it's creating like this large echo effect in the valley. And you like see cracks like building. And in this time lapse we're doing right here, you can basically see the reflection of the mountains in the background. It's epic. One thing that's cool about time-lapse photography, when you compare it to normal photographers, they just go site to site and they'll step out of the car and grab their camera and take a photo. But with time-lapse photography, you get out, you
bust out a lawn chair and just set up your tripod and just sit there for a few hours while your camera takes stills, and you just kind of surround yourself with the environment, just take in everything that it has to offer, and just, that's what I love about it. So out of the 4 to 5 days that we spent here in the valley, I mean, you only get a good 6 or 7 sequences. Realistically, we're only looking at 45 seconds to maybe a minute of time-lapse photography. Obviously, the reason we're out here is because we love time-lapse photography. It's something that we love to do. We have a passion for it. Even if no one else likes it, it's something that we see as really beautiful in our eyes. But hopefully, you know, the crowd or generation that are watching it can appreciate it. Hopefully, we can amaze some people out of this.
This is awesome. This all day.